The Great Forest Disaster Cake. In the heart of the sunny forest, a bright poster hung on a tall oak tree. It said, "Carrot Cake Contest today. Grand golden trophy for the best baker." Barnaby the bunny saw the sign and let out a giant hop. His long ears flopped wildly in the breeze. "I am going to bake the yummiest, crunchiest carrot cake ever," he cried. Barnaby grabbed his wooden spoon and started to wiggle his nose with excitement. Just then, Finnegan the fox sauntered over with a sneaky wink. "I'll win that trophy with my secret ingredient," Finnegan bragged. "My berries are fizzy and pop like tiny bubbles." Behind him, Alpheus the elephant gave a loud, happy toot through his trunk. "And I will use my trunk to mix the batter faster than anyone else." Alpheus swung his trunk back and forth, imagining a giant bowl of delicious dough. They all gathered at the great treehouse kitchen. It was a huge room filled with shiny bowls and sacks of flour. Otis the owl sat on a high perch, wearing a very serious judge's hat. "Who? Show me your spark," Otis hooted. "I want to see the most wonderful cake this forest has ever tasted." Ready, set, bake. Barnaby, Finnegan, and Alpheus all rushed to their stations. The baking began, and so did the mess. Alpheus tried to squirt a little bit of batter into his bowl, but his trunk gave a mighty splat. A big glob of pink strawberry batter flew across the kitchen and landed right on Finnegan's bushy tail. "Oh my," Alpheus trumpeted, blushing. Finnegan looked at his tail, which was now sticky, pink, and smelled like sweet fruit. Barnaby the bunny was bouncing so fast that he didn't see the open sack of flour. He tripped on a carrot and, poof, a giant white cloud of flour filled the air. Milo the monkey, who had come to watch, started to sneeze. Everything in the kitchen turned white. Everyone looked like little ghosts standing in a snowy shroud. "I can't see my carrots," Barnaby laughed through the white dust. Finnegan didn't let a pink tail stop him. He stirred his pot of fizzy red berries with all his might. But the berries started to bubble and gurgle. "Uh-oh," Finnegan whispered. Suddenly, the mixture went pop, zoom, and a stream of purple dough shot up to the ceiling like a rocket. Otis the owl had to duck his head as the dough whizzed past his ears. "Hooey-ee, that's quite a fizz," Otis hooted. Milo the monkey thought it would be helpful to clear the floor, but he accidentally tossed some banana peels right in the path of the stove. Alpheus came walking by with a tray of sprinkles and, slip, his big feet went sliding. The tray of colorful sprinkles flew into the air, landing in the purple dough that was dripping from the ceiling. Crash! Bang! Boom! Went the kitchen tools. Barnaby tried to catch his cake as it came out of the oven, but Alpheus gave an accidental honk that sent the cake flying. It landed right in the middle of the table, on top of Finnegan's fizzy berries and Alpheus's pink batter. Otis the owl flew down to look at the giant pile of food. It wobbled and shook, and then it settled into one big, messy, colorful mound. It was finally tasting time. The cakes had all blended together into one mega messy super cake. It didn't look like a trophy-winning cake at all. Otis took a tiny peck, then a big bite. "Hoo!" he shouted. Alpheus and Milo each took a taste, too. Their eyes lit up. It was sweet, fizzy, bouncy, and crunchy all at once. "This is the best disaster I have ever tasted," Otis declared. "No trophy is needed today," Otis hooted happily. "The prize is this wonderful meal for everyone." The animals cheered and wagged their tails. Barnaby hugged Finnegan, and they all started to dance in the flour that still covered the floor. "Next time," Barnaby laughed, "maybe we'll use less fizz and more fun." They danced and played until the sun went down, the best of friends in their messy, sweet kitchen.